to Brainless's Shadow Priest Dotweaving guide. It's a very straightforward, very basic guide to what the shit is Dotweaving. To start this off, I'd like to say I am not a professional. If you want a very professional and in-depth version of this, I would take your ass and go to your Google Chromes or your Firefoxes and go to www.howtopriest.com. There's a gentleman in there, I believe his name is Drye. Yeah, D-R-Y-E, Dry. He does a really ballin' ass shadow guide. It is incredibly in-depth, and it has a lot of words, so if you don't like reading and shit, then stay away. But he is a gentleman that knows a lot about it, much more than me. This is just a very basic guide for people who want to know what the shit it is and how the shit to do it on a very basic level. So, what is Dotweaving? Dotweaving is a style of play based around Clarity of Power. What Clarity of Power does is it makes your Mind Spike, your Mind Seer, and your Shadow Word Death deal 40% additional damage to targets not affected by your Shadow Word Pain or Vampiric Touch. It also makes Mind Blast instacast. What does that mean? That means we turn into essentially an Arcane Mage. So we sit there, we spam Mind Blast, and on cooldown we spam Mind Spike on cooldown, and then we hit him with Devouring Plague, and then if we're really advanced, we will use Mind Play with Insanity for a little additional DPS. So what Dotweaving does is it weaves dots, so your Shadow Word Pain and your Vampiric Touch, in between the parts where you're using Mind Spike and Mind Blast. So we want to essentially build up as Shadow Orbs in a proper way, and then we will burn the Shadow Orbs on Devouring Plagues while we're doing Mind Play with Insanity, but not until we put the dots on at the perfect time, so that as soon as we're done with all of our Shadow Orbs, as soon as we have to go back to using Mind Spike and Mind Blast, which don't have the additional power if there's dots on them, we want those dots to fall off. So it's a spec about timing. Once you get the timing down, it's relatively easy as far as it's just a very basic rotation, but it gets significantly more complicated while you're trying to do actual raid mechanics. It is very timing dependent. Even things like haste can fuck you up quite a bit. So, moving on, we're going to go straight to talents. Talents, what do we want? Doesn't matter. 15, 30, doesn't matter. 45, you need Insanity. Insanity is a big part of our damage, and that's a very, very basic part of the Dotweaving build, and it's even a very basic part of the Clarity of Power build. So we want Insanity. 60 talents don't matter. 75 talents, we want Twist of Fate. It's the only one that makes any kind of goddamn sense. Power Word Infusion just gives us additional haste, which can actually screw with our rotation and our timings if we have too much haste, so I stay away from that. Shadow Weave Insight is completely fucking useless. It gives us a very small chance for the Mind Blast to be instant and free, but we already have instant Mind Blasts, and we rarely have Shadow Word Pain up, and while we do, we don't want to be Mind Blasting anyway. 90 talents do not matter. 100 talents, obviously we want Clarity of Power. Glyphs are pretty much up to you. Nothing really affects the Clarity of Power Dotweaving build at all, so kind of do whatever you like. Those are what I've got. I run Fade, I run Vampiric Embrace, and Glyph of Reflect Shield, because whatever, it literally does not matter. Okay, stat priority. What do we have for a stat priority? The basics of the stat priority are as follows. I'm buying for time because I lost my page. There it is. Stat priority for Clarity of Power Dotweaving is Intellect, Spell Power, Multi-Strike, Critical Strike, Haste, Versatility, and Mastery in 7th place, which is significantly different. Usually Mastery is relatively higher if you're doing just a basic Clarity of Power build, but we don't really want it. To preface this, I am always doing Shadow in DPS gear as of right now, or not DPS gear, healer gear. I've got Spirit all over things. I've got a Spirit enchant on my weapon. I am not even remotely close to optimized. Again, not a professional. If you want a professional, go watch fucking words on a webpage on howtopriest.com. They're fantastic. So, we've got our talents down, we've got our everything down. Now down to the very basic rotation. The rotation is as follows. You're going to Mind Blast until you have 4 Shadow Orbs. Once you have 4 Shadow Orbs, you are going to Mind Spike and then apply both of your dots, Shadow Word Pain first, Vampiric Touch next. You are going to Mind Blast and should now be at 5 Shadow Orbs. So we then hit Devouring Plague, we do 2 global cooldowns of Insanity, we Mind Blast again, and then we do 2 more global cooldowns of Insanity. That is the entire rotation. We just rinse and repeat that. So, as a quick demonstration, I'm starting at 0 Shadow Orbs. I've got this awesome little, I think it's Easy Shadow Orbs or something. It's really basic add-on. But we're starting at 0, and I'm just going to start with Mind Blast and Mind Spike, and just build up to 4 orbs. Sorry if you can hear my keyboard, but that's not the point. We're at 3 orbs. We don't want to use that Plague yet. It's all about timing. And we're going to blast one more time. We're going to Mind Spike to save us time for the cooldown. We're going to use our Shadow Word Pain. We're going to use our Vampiric Touch. And then we're going to Mind Blast before hitting Plague and doing 2 global cooldowns of Insanity. As soon as this Insanity is done, we're going to Mind Blast for 3 orbs. We're going to use Plague, and then we're going to do 2 cooldowns of Insanity. And you notice our dots are just about to fall off. And that's perfect, so we Mind Blast again, and we start repeating the rotation. That is the entire rotation. So I'll do it one more time. We're going to build up to the 4. And we're not going to do the 3. We're going to build up to the 4 so we have our timing proper. And we're going to Mind Blast. We want 1 Mind Spike, Shadow Word Pain, Vampiric Touch, a Mind Blast, a Plague, and then Insanity, 2 cooldowns of it. We're going to Mind Blast at the end here, and then Plague again, and do our Insanity once again. That is the entire rotation. Once the target gets below gets to Shadow Word Death, you pretty much stop doing this rotation completely. It falls apart just because of timing. At that point in time, you should always have 3 orbs up and always have the ability to do Insanity, so you'll just pop Plague, instantly do Insanity. You should be able to pop double deaths and then a Mind Blast at the end and do Insanity again, and then you should be all set. If you need to do your Halo or you want to do your Shadow Fiend, what I would recommend is doing them while Mind Blast is on cooldown. So instead of a Mind Spike, do one of those. You could also do the same thing, so I'm going to do the same thing with Halo. That way we're not taking up a Mind Blast because we still want to be building up those orbs as quickly as possible. I have a video of an actual LFR fight I'm going to throw at the end here. You can tell I obviously fuck up a couple times, which, like I said, not a professional, and I'm screwing up now because I'm trying to talk. But I'll throw that at the end there. I will start with 4 Shadow Orbs, and full Shadow Orbs, and I'm going to burn them improperly, and then I will start doing the proper rotation once I have 0 Shadow Orbs, just so I can show how it starts. You'll see me at the beginning. I do pop a potion, and I am well fed with the Fish Feast with Critical Strike, and that would be at my eye level, so we have all that covered. You'll be able to see my DPS in the bottom right hand corner, and that's that. That is the very basic rotation. If you have any questions, I'm probably not the best person to ask, but go ahead and put them down in the comments or whatever, and I will do what I can to answer them. See you guys next time.
Sounds like an SMS.
Holy whack, a miracle lyrics, Andre. You're fucking right.
To the rap mobile. Let's go.
Bitches and gentlemen, it's showtime. Hurry, hurry, step right up. Introducing the star of our show. His name is Marsha. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now. So without further ado, I bring to you Marsha. You about to witness hip-hop in its most purest, most rawest form, flow, almost flawless, most hardest, most honest, known artist. Chip off the old block, but old Doc is looks like Batman brought his own Robin. Oh God, Saddam's got his own Laden, with his own private plane, his own pilot. Set the blow college, dome room doors off the hinges. Oranges, peach, pears, plums, oranges. Yeah, here come my inches away from you, dear, fear none. Hip hop is in a state of 911, so let's get down even impressed no more. You're used to it, flows too wet, nobody close to it. Nobody says it, but still everybody knows this shit. The most hated on out of all those who say they get hated on in 80 songs and exaggerated all so much they make it all up. There's no such thing like a female with good looks who cooks and cleans. It just means so much more, there's so much more people when you're rapping and you know what for. The show must go on, so I'd like to welcome y'all to Marshall and Andre's Carnival. Come on, now let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around, what is this? Must be a circus in town. Let's shut the shit down on these clowns. Can I get a witness? Hell yeah! Let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around, what is this? Must be a circus in town. Let's shut the shit down on these clowns. Can I get a witness? You can even call collect the most feared duet since me and Elton play career Russian roulette. Never even see me blink or get the bus in a sweat. People stepping over people just to rush to the set just to get to see an MC who breathes so freely. Ease over these beats and be so breezy. Jesus, how can shit be so easy? How can one genre be so easy? Turn on these beats, MCs don't see me. Believe me, BET and MTV are gonna grieve when we leave off for cheesy. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Till we grow beards, get weird and disappear into the mountains. Nothing but clowns down here, but we ain't fucking around here. Yo, Dre, can I get a hell? Now let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town. Let's shut the shit down on these clowns. Can I get a witness? Hell yeah! Let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town. Let's shut the shit down on these clowns. Can I get a witness? Hell yeah! So there you have it, folks. Has come to save the day. Back with his friend Andre. And to remind you that bullshit does not pay. Because and Andre are here to stay. And never go away until our dying day. Until we're old and gray. So until next time, friends. Same blonde hair, same rap channel. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. Your host for the evening. You can even call collect the most feared duet since me and Elton play career Russian roulette. Never even see me blink or get the bus in a sweat. People stepping over people just to rush to the set just to get to see an MC who breathes so freely. Ease over these beats and be so breezy. Jesus, how can shit be so easy? How can one genre be so